Welcome back to the Hillbilly Fab Shop. I'm going to get started on ripping the radiator and the water pump out of my Ford Ranger. I'm hoping that this will fix all the issues with this thing, because I'm pretty much replaced almost everything on this truck at this point. So let's dig into this thing. All right, first thing I'm doing, I'm going to disconnect all these hoses. Get them out of my way. Another thing I need to buy is a new reserve tank. That thing's ate up. Get some clamps for those. Alright, start with pulling these hoses out. That one out. Now I gotta loosen all this crap over here. These things are usually a pain in the butt. Turn. Find another wrench. These things are such a pain. What I'm trying to do is get that thing loosened from my radiator, because last time I kind of kinked it a little bit. I mean, it's still fine, but that line turns. It's a real pain in the butt because it's so rusted. Alright, so luckily I put these compression fitting things on here the last time I was messing with this truck. So I'm gonna disconnect these so I can mess with all this and get that disconnected. So that's what I'm just gonna do, because it's a lot easier. Now I can just unscrew that thing from the radiator. This was also part of the problem. This thing didn't feel very tight in there. I'm gonna make sure we do a better job on this when we get the new radiator on here and the new water pump. So alright, so that's disconnected. Now we gotta get the bottom one. I'm gonna get the fan out of my way. You got 4 bolts, 10 millimeters. That you gotta take out of here. Slowly going, slowly going. Let's get this other little nut out. Alright, we got the fan out. So I ended up having to cut the hose off of the thermostat housing, because look at this. I don't know what the heck was going on here. That thing was stuck on there. All that crap out of this old radiator That makes me wonder if I should just go ahead and buy a new housing and thermostat. Might take it out and look at it. Always something. Okay, so we got some new parts for the Ranger. Got a new radiator, new water pump, and a new hose for the radiator to the thermostat housing. So let's hope this thing runs after this. I've replaced about everything on there. I love little Ford Rangers, best little truck ever. This thing's been a trooper. It's hauled a lot, and it's old, and everything I've taken off, I swear, is everything from the factory. So all these new parts, it seems that each time I had put a new part on it, it seemed to do better. So hopefully this is the last of the new parts for the old girl. Doing some nighttime work. A cool fall night. Right before Halloween time. So this is we got a trunk or treat going on over at the school. Thought you could see, but that's what's going on over there. If you hear any noise in the background, so I'm gonna get started working on this thing. Get this radiator out of here. Got a new one, so. So we're about to crawl under here and screw some lines on this radiator. I'll loosen the radiator and pull it out now, finally. If you ever have any problem with rubber hoses, take you a pair of pliers or something and go and wiggle them and pull them, and you'll be able to pull them out with the pliers if you ever have any trouble. So I think I just got 2 bolts at the top on this one, and then we slide them off the connectors down where to sit at. I think. Got a second. Gotta get the water pump out before I put the new one in. To do that, we gotta get the belt off. Old radiator's out. Set it over here. Is it? Push it up, Jukies. Alright, we're gonna get this belt off of here now. Here's my pry bar. Even though you can use a whole socket. I got one long enough. Press it over. it in here. Okay, now get me a 10 millimeter to get this pulley out of the way. Alright, so we're gonna get this tensioner pulley out of the way. Pull this thing out of here. Yep. Alright, drop it in the oil. Alrighty. It's actually oil / transmission fluid. So that's off and out the way. Now, let me figure out how to get this pulley, this fan thing off of here and out of my way. Okay, so for those of you at home wondering how to get these off when they're rotating on you, I had to use a small pry bar and just sit it down in here, kind of hold it while you bust them loose, and then screw them out. So that's kind of how I had to do it to keep it steel enough to get my screws out of there. So we're gonna get this out of the way. Okay, so I went ahead and pulled out the new thermostat and housing that I just bought, and this thing don't look too good because of that nasty radiator. I'll show you. This thing's, it's looking pretty nasty. This thing looks like it's been in there forever. It's ridiculous. Well, I'd say this thing is toast, but I'm gonna try and see if I can't clean it up or something, but I don't know. I just might go ahead and buy another one. Who knows? At least the housing, I think I might be able to clean out and just get a new thermostat. I don't know yet. I'll figure it out, I guess, but it's pretty nasty for just a few months old thermostat. I hope y'all can see. But I'm gonna get these bolts loose down here and get this daggone thing out of here. That one come off that one come loose very easy, so. I always gotta nick my hand on something. That one. Now to the last and final one. I think I'm gonna use a pipe on this one, so I'm gonna bust my hand again. I'll lose my phone here. Got it bust loose. Yeah, we got it loose. Getting that third and final bolt off of this thing. Got a mere scratch on me knuckle, but we're making progress, so about ready to get this thing yanked out of here. Okay, so we got the bottom bolt, left side bolt, and the first right side bolt right here, this crusty one. And she's all loose. Now, I just want to pry her out of there. Well, we got this thing out. I'd say it's pretty toast. Now I gotta see if any of that fell down inside my motor block, because I think it did. It broke off a piece, but we got her out of there. I'll stick a magnet down in there, I guess. See if there's anything in there. So I've been slacking a little bit with getting this Ranger back together. Life is a little tough when you run a small business. That is truly a small business, because it's only just me and my dad and my wife and like maybe here and there 2 to 3 other people. So we stay pretty busy, but I got to get this thing on the road. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the water pump stage to get on there. That way I can have it at least on here. And then I need to still go get a new thermostat housing and the thermostat, and some new hoses because we got aggravated. And these old hoses have probably been on here since 1992 when it was brand new. So I think I'm just gonna buy new ones, so everything's new, because I already got a couple of new hoses on it. So the only 2 parts that won't be new that's left on this motor will be the alternator and the power steering pump, and that is it. So almost all new parts on this whole motor after this. But I'm gonna shut up and get to work. There we are. Looks pretty nasty in there, all that water. Make sure just antifreeze is running this thing from now on. Let's see. Sit this thing down in here. Let's see. I do want to show you all the thickness difference in this little fan right here. If you look at this one, you can tell that sucker's seen better days. Look how thin that thing is. You look at this, it's a big difference. I got it set now with the gasket. Always make sure you put your gaskets on there. And I PB blastered the bolts before I get those things back on there. I only got 3 on these ones, and these 2.3 liter Rangers. So, not bad as far as getting them back on there. I'm just kind of getting it set so it's not just dangling there. I still gotta go get some hoses, and then after that, also while I'm getting hoses, I need a thermostat housing and thermostat. So then hopefully after I put some antifreeze in her and stuff, hopefully that's all I got to do to this thing, and she'll stay driving for a good while before I have to put an alternator and a power steering pump in it. One can only hope, I guess. I'm gonna tighten down these 3 bolts. Get this thing snug on there. Sure everything's good. Need a leaky water pump after I get all this crap back on here, and then I'll take it all back apart. Let's not do that. That'd be nice. But also not put these on too tight. It's aluminum. Snug them. Maybe she should leak. I hope. Alright, get all these dumb hoses and a thermostat housing and a thermostat. And we should be rolling. Because there she is. I'll take you down here to it. In case you have a 2.3 Ford Ranger, want to know where all the bolts are. Right there they are. They're in like a triangle shape. And they take a 13 millimeter. 13 millimeter gets them out and gets them back in. And also, don't think you have to take off that chain cover and all that kind of crap. I've done it without taking that off. Take off the fan and the clutch, all that kind of crap, fan clutch. And I even took off my tensioner pulley, took the belt off, and I took out the thermostat housing. It made it a lot easier. And so you take that out, and then you're open here, and you can just do your thing, put everything back on after that, and you should be good to roll. This is my heater line. Goes in there to the heater. I just yanked out. Gotta cut it. This thing definitely ate up, so get another one of these. I'm finally back working on this Ranger. Got the radiator ready to bolt back on over here, and I got the thermostat, new thermostat housing. Getting ready to put that on first. I actually got this thermostat because it's a little more expensive than a regular one. This one, instead of locking, when it gets bad or whatever, it will actually stay open so the water stays flowing and it keeps you from overheating with this thermostat. And here's my new housing again, second one I put on here, because I didn't think to just go ahead and replace the radiator. Last time I put one of these on there and it gunked it all up. So let's get this sucker placed on here. I got it ready to place on here and get it down here in the hole. Make sure you got an extension when you're getting these on there, because it's, I don't know if you can see, but these things are tucked down in this hole if you don't want to take more crap out of your way. But, god dang, this thing is being a pain. But let me get this thing tightened up. I'm getting rained on. It's pouring out here. I got my phone, so doing the best I can. All right, so that's on there and snug. So up to the radiator. Get this sucker on there. Gotta tighten up these things here. I just put on there. Get those tight so I can place it in there. So I had to run to O'Reilly's and get some heater hose. I just went in and got a roll of it. If they don't have your size heater hose you need or something, don't waste the time getting that specific piece or waiting for the new line to come in or some crap like that. Just go get you a roll of it. Just trim off what you need. Right here's what we're running off of. Right there's the heater, the start of the heater line, and then I gotta run it down here to the water pump. That's what's running out right now, and I'm just pulling what I need. I'm gonna cut it right at where I need it. Sorry for all the glare. So by the looks of it, I'll go ahead and clip it off about right there. Use a pair of scissors. I'll go ahead and trim this up off of there. Well, we got it cut to the length we needed at. Finally gonna get to put this radiator in here. I had to make the old lines and stuff work. So let's hope I ain't gonna have a bunch of leaking and crap. bolts. These two. I'm spraying all my hardware so you know rusty and crap going back in. I use a lot of the old hardware and stuff too, because sometimes it's just a bigger pain in the butt to put the new stuff on than it is to just deal with the old stuff again, you know? If that made any damn sense anyway. Keep the new hardware as a backup, anything. The old stuff still works, use it. Original factory stuff especially. Helps with the authentication of these old gems now. Used to be sell Ranger for like 500 bucks. Not these days. Change that. Make sure you get this thing out of my driveway. Hate it when my hands get all slippery. Really? I broke a finger, and this is the most irritating crap ever when you're trying to get stuff done. Oh, really? See if I'll find my other bits. How in the world? This one. Too big. Getting the last of these clamps put in here. These things are pretty nifty. You just gotta watch them so these don't break. But they're a lot more easy when you need to take something off again rather than rusty old screws and stuff. Here I am struggling with getting this thing around the hose. There we go. Oh, damn it. Ah, damn. Ah, are you fucking kidding me? Fuck me. Dog, shut the fuck up. Are you fucking kidding me? Let's see if it does what it's supposed to do. Nope. Okay. We good, me. I didn't want to replace my transmission line off my radiator, so I had to cut this a while back when I was messing with the heating and cooling issues before, and I used a compression fitting to connect the line back together after I cut it in half to get it off here. It works though, just in case y'all need another way to do things without buying a whole new line. So went and got some of this, see if we can get this fuel cleaned up that's in here. Hoping that's my problem with this thing wanting to start. I gotta get that line tightened because it's spitting out my transmission fluid. But right now I'm just trying to get the thing to run right. Now we're gonna replace this coil pack right here because I've already put a new one on here, and see if that's our issue because we ain't getting spark. And we'll find out here in a minute. John's tightening that coil pack up. We did find a little fuse that kind of grounds itself underneath that coil pack, so kind of thinking if this don't work, I'm gonna try replacing that. That don't work, then I guess we're up shit creek without a paddle. And we'll just have to keep digging. Another.
Must have a mouse in your pocket with this weed stuff.
So it's been a long journey with the Ranger, and I think we're getting close to finally finishing this thing. I had to go gather a bunch more parts for it. The new gas tank, some lines from the radiator down to the transmission, and a few other little odds and ends. So hopefully I can finally get this thing back on the road. I appreciate y'all for watching, but tap that bell so you can see when I get part 2 of this video out. And please hit the like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys next time.